The reasons this is not true is because the biblical Jesus is a composite character, and as such, is an allegorical myth. The Virgin Mary is also a composite character, and these composites were made for the purposes of uniting the religions of the ancient Roman Empire so that their resources were not being used to constantly stop religious wars between different factions. In the 1950s, the so-called meetings of the Jason Society were triggered by information given to the Ultra unit in the NSA by the Greys about the world's situation regarding pollution and population. It was at this particular time that the Greys offered little assistance or sharing of technology regarding environmental issues. This has persisted even today. The Pleiadians have in fact offered more solutions than any other group to date, but they were turned away by the NSA. This prompted the first of three alternatives that have been discussed in UFO circles already. These alternatives are in fact, and were in fact, a reality. That's alternative 1, 2, 3 and 4. The New World Order is in a major predicament. The Greys are 2,500 years ahead of us technologically. The black government is afraid to tell us the truth concerning this reality because they fear a revolution, overthrow, and desire self-preservation from the people who will want their scalps. Two large motherships are on the planet right now, hiding in the oceans. One is in the Pacific Ocean, below the equator, and the other one is in the Atlantic. I don't know where. I don't know whose they are, but they're here. My sense is that they're benevolent because the government has actually talked about implementing alternative 4, which was creating a controlled pole shift. The Andromedans have said no way would they allow this to happen. So my sense is that there are benevolent ships that are anchoring the planet on its axis. That's my opinion. The military know that this is why they're testing sound in the oceans, especially in the Pacific. Aliens have been attacking us more openly in space. It started with the Russian Phobos probe when it was destroyed. The Mars Observer was captured by reptilians on Mars. It isn't going to come online. It's gone. Also, closer to home, in December 1993, a Landsat satellite disappeared in orbit, just vanished. In August of 1993, the European Space Agency lost 2 communication satellites. Again, they literally just vanished from orbit. The Canadian Telstar was destroyed in our atmosphere on January 15, 1994. It was seen crashing to Earth. This was shot down by the Greys. Again, I don't know why. A NASA SATCOM-3 communication satellite vanished in May of 1979. It was just taken. 2 Soviet Millennia satellites were also taken. They just vanished from our orbit, from our atmosphere. Here's our scenario. The benevolent races have told the world governments that they would help us, but world governments have to dismantle their nuclear weapons. The Earth governments did not want to do this because they don't know who to trust. They created this situation and they do not know who to trust now. However, the world government is so desperate to get rid of the Greys, that they apparently have put a call out for help, using satellites. The Andromedans say there is a group that has offered to help our Earth governments with the problem of the Greys, even by giving us weapons to fight the Greys. Re-enter, the reptilians from Alpha Draconis, the only real enemies the Greys have, and that humankind has. The reptilians from Alpha Draconis have answered the call. But the Greys actually work for the draconians. It's all part of the setup. When we invite them in here, there will be no battle. And once they're here, we'll never get rid of the draconians. The Pleiadians are assisting the Andromedan Council in attempting to quarantine our solar system from invading forces, namely the Orion Group and Alpha Draconis. The quarantine line, the defense line, is between Uranus and Pluto and consists of a mixture of benevolent races, both physical and non-physical. There are Pleiadians, Andromedans, Arcturians, Sirians from Sirius, Reticulan, Accordance and Ammonians from Ammo. This line of defense is really like a last resort. Apparently, 2 huge Grey motherships have already been turned back that were on their way to Earth and Mars. And apparently there were casualties on both sides in the exchange of turning them away. Please realize that currently, there are 15,000 Greys underneath the United Stairs. The Greys Dows are in fact, a renegade group of reticulans. They are not from reticuli and haven't been back there for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years. They have been traveling through space in their arcs. Before they came to Earth, they were residing on Sirius B. That was their originating point before coming here. There are approximately 1,833 reptilians living beneath the United States. Their habitat is from 100 to 200 miles beneath the surface of the Earth. They generally live in caverns in the ancient tunnel systems created hundreds of thousands of years ago. They are not benevolent. And, every once in a while, they come up for a contact. They have been seen in New York City, Missouri, Chicago, and in the southwest United States. These areas happen to be the largest areas where missing children occur, numbering in the thousands. The Andromedans state that 13,712 children have been taken by these reptilians over the last 25 years. In Linda Moulton Howe's book, Alien Harvest, there is mention of human body parts seen in underground bases. The Andromedans confirm that we are being used for food. The Greys use our blood, and it is the reptilians that consume the live human flesh. Their favorite food is children because they lack nicotine, caffeine, and other environmental pollutants. Like we eat veal, they eat us. The Greys are searching for walk-ins for they want to learn about spirit. I'm speaking about benevolence and not satanic possession or that kind of stuff. Walk-ins are necessary at this particular time. They are higher evolved souls. 72,000 walk-ins are on the planet right now and are a part of the Andromedan Council. 72,000 more are coming in the next 3 years to balance the negativity that is being created. Because of the Council's laws of non-intervention, the Andromedan Council found it necessary to intervene in another way without violating its Council directives. Thus, the walk-ins, who are actually Earth human beings, are here to do that kind of work. It's a backdoor approach. There are 1,531 actual benevolent human extraterrestrials on our planet right now. Where they are, I don't know. But they are here to record, report and observe, and possibly assist some of the walk-ins. And at some point, they will be leaving. But, apparently they live just like us, and they're in our everyday lives. Keep these facts in mind. There are 18,000 Greys. 15,000 here on the Earth and 3,000 on the Moon. The regular government, which makes up the majority of Washington, D.C., doesn't have a clue as to what's really going on. The black government consists of various levels. At the top, they know everything. The lower levels only know small pieces, on a need-to-know basis, usually just one piece of the puzzle. The total picture is one outrageous secret based on deliberate deceit that creates the subversion of the public trust. Forewarned is forearmed. What are we going to do about it?